into the sun. The birds did fly, and the heavens all ran dry, and the cigarettes were smoking by themselves. She'll do anything. She'll do anything. She'll do anything to make you feel like an asshole. Call her name and she looks the same as you, with question marks stretched across her skin. She dangles carrots and makes you feel embarrassed to be the fool you know you are. She'll Good afternoon. Hello. Hi, Zach. Hello, Dave. Thanks for checking in while you're working away. That's cool, brother. Had some very inclement weather here in the northwest, northeast side of Oregon. Snowed a lot overnight, or snowed a bit, and typically I'd be teaching guitar lessons right about now, but we've had a couple of cancellations. Thanks, Zach. And as the title of this stream discusses, we're going to look a little bit about, if you're interested in doing some streaming and having really great control of your audio, what better way to do it than through a mixer, and do it in the box in a mixer. So I'm going to be using Reaper today, and an assortment of different microphones, and I'm going to route that into OBS so that you'll be hearing me through those fantastic microphones that we all have laying around the house. Hello, Justin. So currently, what you're listening to is my webcam microphone. Probably sounds pretty fucking okay, I would guess. The audio probably pretty darn good. They make them that way. They work fantastically for doing if you have a guest spot on a live broadcast, they're great for that sort of thing. Pretty low noise floor, great gating. They work great. Hello. So just going to do a check off here on everybody that's here. Looks like, Dave, if you're still here, man, I hope you're having a great day at work, bro. Zach, welcome again. Justin Mai at JamPro Sound. If you aren't familiar with Justin and you have any type of questions about recording in a DAW, he would be somebody I would highly recommend that you contact if you're having any sorts of trouble routing or anything like that. Tremor, welcome. Oh, good. Dude, you're working today too. I don't know what time of day it is where you're at right now. I don't know where you're at located in the world, but welcome. Thank you for being here. My knees hurt. Yeah. Is my cat here someplace? Where the hell is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's here on the floor. Um, so, my knees hurt. Welcome, Axioms Underground. Welcome, man. Or welcome, my friend. I need to be careful. Let's see. Yeah, cool. So, right now, again, what you're hearing is just my webcam mic that's sitting here in front of me. I'm going to point it down a little bit so you can see a little bit more of my guitar. This is a custom acoustic guitar built by Jerry Nolte in Cove, Oregon. I've talked a lot about it. I have it tuned down to C sharp, Tucson, Arizona. Okay. Oh, so we're in the same time zone, bro. That's cool. You're right on the edge of Central Time, I believe, someplace over there. But you guys end up like an hour ahead of us here at some point. 9 p.m. Ha! I got Hugh at a normal time of day. Hey, welcome, Hugh. Work at 6 p.m. Nitro lacquer. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're shooting some lacquer at a guitar. Now my knees hurt. You work for Gibson? Am I correct in that? Forgive me for not having all this stuff memorized. Yeah. Tucson, Arizona. Yeah. My little brother is down in where is it? He lives in Casa Grande, Arizona. So I'm a little bit familiar with the time difference. Seems like you guys end up being again an hour ahead of us or behind us. Oh, you spray metal. Okay. You lacquer and metal. That always looks so nice. I love it when I get to work on an amp and an older amp that's been shot with lacquer because the metal just looks fantastic. It really helps preserve that. So again, right now, I'm just playing my guitar through my camera mic. Not doing anything special here. This is very 1 hour north. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he was saying he's like in between Tucson and Phoenix. And I've only been down to visit him one time ever. It's just beautiful down there. Quite a clean metal. Oh. Bronze elevators and handrails. Okay. Yeah. Cool. That sounds like a really cool job, man. Very important job. Keep those elevators safe and looking cool. I get to ride an elevator in a building here in our town once in a while, and the interior of it's really nice. It's got some really cool bronze stuff. Justin Mai has been in that elevator at the Sac Annex. Really cool, neat brass shit going on. It's really decorated beautifully. Here we are talking about elevators. Yeah, and thank you, Chummer. Again, this was built by a luthier here. His house was 13 miles from where I'm sitting right now. A guy named Jerry Nolte at Evergreen Mountain Instruments, based in Cove, Oregon. Oh, yeah, you. And again, I have it tuned way down, so down to C sharp. I was just messing around with the tuning. Okay, so again, we're going to be focusing a bit on using Reaper and OBS for live streaming to get good control of your voice. You have a multitude of options. It basically, ultimately, you can have your voice going through a DAW and put effects on it and all that sort of stuff. Drop the noise floor, things like that, to do a really great sounding live stream. Not everything goes perfectly, as I learned the other night. I made a mistake on my Chug video, and Justin Mai pointed that out to me, and I think I found the source of that, and we'll get to that here in a bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you my here's my desktop, and here is Reaper, and I have a blank session open at this point. And what we need to do is insert an effect or a VST on the master bus that will allow me to send audio from my DAW to OBS. So we'll go to our master bus and click on the effects button, and we will look at my favorites folder. This is a free plugin. It's called Restream right here. And you have to own the ReaPlugs edition. You have to download the ReaPlugs edition of this. It generally doesn't work with the JS effects. So it'll say Kakos instead of the ReaPlugs edition. So we're just going to add that to our master bus. And here's the VST. We're going to tell it to send audio. And we're going to tell it to send audio on a local broadcast. Okay, very simple. And obviously there's nothing going into this right now because I have no tracks open, right? So let's go ahead and add my add a track, and we just do that by double clicking down here in this gray area. And I hope this is helpful to some folks. If you need some help with Reaper, you're wanting to do live streaming, things like that, great easy way to set this up. So I have a CM1 microphone. Let me turn on this other camera here. So I have a few different. I set this camera up simply so that I could show you guys kind of around and what we're kind of doing. So you're looking across my my messy workstation. I was doing a repair on my guitar earlier. Normally this isn't here. So I've got a PV-CM1 condenser mic right here. And let's see, where is that? That's routed into input 3. So I'm going to go over here to my track, and I'm going to tell it to use input 3. I don't want reroute. Well, isn't that interesting? Okay, and of course, let me get back to this. Okay. And of course, my computer decides to do something kind of odd. What did I change my? Let's see. Did I change my device? Audio device. ASIO Focusrite USB 1A. Okay. What is going on here? There we go. Okay. A little glitch. Here we go. So we're going to go back to our track. We're going to select input 3. And I'm going to arm this track. And now when I speak, you'll see my voice in Reaper. I'm going to set my guitar down here. I'm just going to lean it up because it's safe. And if I move this microphone down, you will not hear it at the moment. We'll move this microphone down and get it where it's pointed at my face, where I speak from. And currently it's not routed into OBS at the moment. Actually it is. So I could turn that on in OBS, and I'll go ahead and you should be actually hearing that in OBS. I'm going to mute my my camera mic. So now you're hearing the CM1, and it's probably awful quiet. Am I wrong? And if I turn my camera mic back on, there might be a little bit of delay, like a doubling effect. Right. So we need to go in here and get this track to be at a proper level for a live stream. So let's go ahead and add an input effect on this. First thing I'm going to do is open up RX8 voice denoise. This is just something that I prep almost always. Again, some advice that I got from Justin Mai. I have a kind of a stock setting that I use. I've moved that up to about 14, and this reduces the noise in my microphone. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the gain's at 12 o'clock. I'm going to add a preamp. And so again, my microphone is probably fairly quiet right at the moment. I'm going to mute my StreamCam mic. So now all you're hearing is this CM1 that's right in front of me. This microphone is literally right here. If I move it down a little bit, you will see it. There it is, right? I have it pointed right at my face where the noise is coming from. And I have my preamp set up here. And we're going to go ahead and turn up the input a bit. And you'll start to hear my voice start to become a bit more present. And we'll go ahead and boost the output a little bit. And now my voice is getting up to where the volume of the broadcast is probably pretty appropriate. Probably sounds pretty good and clean. And just boosting it up a little bit. I'm going to cut a little bit of this high end out of it. I'm going to leave the low end where it is. There we go. I am using Reaper, and yes, it is free. Every plugin, every effect that I will use today, aside from the guitar effects, are free. Let me rephrase that. RX8 is not a free VST, although there is a plugin called Reaper. So let's remove RX8 from our effects chain. And now I just have the preamp. And now you can hear the room noise. Correct? We're going to add Reaper. Where is it? Right here. And this will be, there is going to be some latency and probably some delay. We're going to noise profile. So there we go. And that's regate. And we will stop that. That's not an awesome. This is another effect you can use to remove noise. I didn't plan on using that today. Again, I'm going to add RX. And really, with this effect, RX voice denoise. Where are you? The moment I add that, my signal gets very clean. Almost silent. And I generally will run this first in my signal chain. So really just a simple setup. Takes a few seconds. And now my microphone is at a great volume. You can hear me clearly. There's not a bunch of noise going on. I'm sure Justin might have something to say about that, but he's got a huge system at his home and probably turns it up way louder than anyone should ever listen to music. All right, so here we go. We've got that. I'm going to turn the preamp down a little bit. I'm talking a bit louder than I normally would. There we go. So now we've got Restream loaded into our, and you can see that I clipped it by hitting my mic a little bit hard. If I hit my mic, I can clip it, right? There we go. Hey, what's happening, Mark? Welcome. So Restream is a free plugin, although you do have to go in and download the ReaPlugs edition of that plugin to get Restream to communicate with OBS. So we've got our DAW now all set up to go to OBS. And I'm going to pull my OBS window down here, and you're going to get the big delay thing going on. But as you can see right here, my DAW is going into OBS, which is what you are listening to. Yeah, I know you do, bro. RX, yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy. Mark just woke up. You need coffee, bro. I need some coffee. I might need to go get a cup of coffee. So now I've got Restream here. Now the way that you get Restream into OBS, I've already got the plugin here just so you can see it. So I'm going to turn my camera mic back on and I'm going to mute Restream. So my voice probably changed over in the live stream at this point. I'm talking through my camera mic instead of my nice CM1. Yeah, that's true. I like using that preamp. I like the color of it. It's very nice. So now we're hearing it through Restream. Now the camera mic. Okay, how do we get Restream to work? Restream is a VST, and you can see here in my OBS settings, I've got a Restream scene or source, and it is an audio input capture. I've titled it Restream. But we'll go ahead and start with another one. I'm going to turn off my camera mic again. Actually, mic on. Let's add a source. We'll go audio input capture, not Audio, audio input capture. And we will create a new one, and I'll call it Restream 2. Boom. Okay, device. We have to choose a device that we're not using. I'm going to choose my CD player. Okay, there we go. And now on our Restream 2, we need to add a filter. So we right click on that, add a filter, and we will add a VST2 plugin, and we will select a plugin, and we'll go down here and find Restream, wherever that is. It's down. I got a lot of stuff. Look at all that shit I have in there. Restream standalone, and we will open the plugin interface, and you can see now that the audio is going into, it's set to receive audio, and the audio from my DAW is going into OBS. Very, very simple. So this works with any audio in your DAW. So let's close this, and I'm going to remove that Restream 2. Let's delete that. Yeah, we want to delete that, and I'm going to get my OBS window. So that's how you get a great sounding mic like this versus your camera mic. And my entire DAW is now routed to OBS. And anything you hear from this point forward will be coming through Reaper. So if in Reaper, let's say I want to, let's add a delay effect to my voice. No, let's put an EQ on it. How's that? We'll EQ it. We'll make me sound like a telephone. I'll try and do this as quickly as I can here. And now we've got the telephone effect going on. Kind of got. Let's add some saturation knob to it, and you'll hear my my voice begin to change as we move forward with this. I'm going to get a little bit louder, and I'm going to be some dirt on my voice, and there you go. It's just that simple. So you can do stuff like this if you want to add effects. You know, now I've got some distortion on my voice. You can see that distortion happening with the saturation knob. This is also a free plugin. Let's add some delay to it just to be dynamic. Okay. We'll put the delay in front. We'll put it after this. And we'll make the delay a little bit shorter. And we'll put some feedback on it. So now we've got a nice delay. If you don't want delay on it, you can cut it off. Pretty cool, man. You have to gotta just take a little time to mess around with stuff and do this sort of thing. Right? So very cool way to get your voice into a live stream and really have a very nice sounding microphone. Pretty simple. I'm going to remove these effects from my voice. So again, the point in this is if you do, hey Conspiracy, what's happening? If you do have a DAW and you would like to have the audio from it go into a live stream, you have full capability of doing that with Reaper. Or if you have another DAW that will use these plugins. I do not know if Restream is exclusively used, can only be used in Reaper. I don't know the answer to that question. But just so that I can prove it to you, we're going to go ahead and add another channel here. I'm going to go ahead and use input 1 on there. And I'm gonna let's do some what do we want to have? Let's use archetype Abasi. I haven't used this plugin for quite a while. There she is, and I like to float the window and get rid of that big old white mess. So here's archetype Abasi, and we'll go to a clean tone. We'll see what we've got going for effects. We're gonna turn some delay and some core or reverb on, and I'm gonna grab an electric guitar. Let's grab the old Ibanez here. Damn, this thing's heavy. forgot how heavy this guitar is. Oh my God, it's so heavy. And another thing that I've heard about is you know, using a mute to unplug and plug your guitar in. You know, that's all fine and dandy. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks, Mark. Yeah, Prism was a really fantastic program to use. I really enjoyed that. So now my archetype Abasi is going into Reaper, and it's fairly quiet. We can fix that. We'll check my input. And just like that, we've got our guitar through our DAW into OBS, and you're hearing it exactly the way I hear it in my headphones. You know, if I want to go to a higher gain amp, you're gonna hear that. Fun. Now, just to kind of drive the point home, we're going to do what I've showed my good buddy Richard. We're going to send the archetype Abasi over here to a second channel. And we're going to go post or pre-fader, right? And we're going to add a delay effect. Redelay, where are you? Redelay is right there. We'll use the Kako version, and we'll make it completely dry. I mean completely wet. We're gonna set the length of it to about 16 milliseconds. Let's do longer, so this will really sound great. And I'm gonna pan that over to the left, or the right, excuse me, and that one over to the left. And now we should have a full wide, nice big broad stereo. If I mute this channel, now we only have the left. I tried to get guys to do this for years ago, and they just would not listen. But we don't need to go there. Right? So a real simple way to get your DAW into a live stream and be able to let people hear what you're working on. I could open up virtually any project that I'm working on right now, and y'all could listen to the mix or offer advice on what I should do about turning something up or turning something down. You're hearing my DAW as loud and clear as I am. It's really kind of a fun process to use this type of software, and it's very simple. So if you start this video over again and watch through it, you'll see exactly how to get your DAW, if you're using Reaper in particular, into OBS. It's a great trick. And of course, you can just use your webcam mic. And now my webcam mic is on. It might be slightly louder than my my DAW, which I can fix very easily. So now you're hearing me through my StreamCam, my webcam mic, and again, now you're hearing me through Reaper, just like that. And again, I'm just doing that. I'll show you in my OBS. Here's my webcam mic, you can see it, and here is Restream. You can see that the volume is quite different. So let's turn my microphone up a little bit in Reaper so I can get myself balanced with the webcam mic. So now they're pretty well balanced. And webcam mic and Reaper mic. Not a whole lot of difference. Fairly cool. So that was a big thing that I wanted to show you all today in how to do. Very simple process. I'm gonna unarm that. Yeah. So having done all that, I've got all these microphones laying around my place. Tons of them. Several of them are plugged in and ready to go at a moment's notice. I usually have my, let me get my OBS going again here. Here we are. I'm going to get this out of the way. So I have microphones all over my room. I've got an NT1. Let me get back to my, oh, come on. Here we go. So I've got an NT1 over my shoulder here. I've got an SM7 back there. I have the CM1 here, and I have a PVM44 hooked up over there, of which I could use any of them. They are all plugged into my audio interface at all times. So let's say I wanted to record an acoustic guitar track. Well, I have this little piece of paper that I have written down what channel all of my microphones are routed to. So I know that my NT1 right behind me, one of the greatest cheap-ass microphones in the world, is just sitting there, ready to go at any moment. So we can set this to input 6, and that will be my NT1. And I'm going to move the microphone over here closer to me. And, you know, this is stuff that you've, you know, if you own a studio or you have a living room that you've converted to a studio, this is the kind of stuff that you should be able to do pretty quickly. Just get this cable out. Come on. There we go. See if I can knock my guitar over. All right, so my NT1 is ready to, I was using this for a room mic last time. I used this microphone. And the front of it is right here. And let's see, I want to talk into this microphone. So I'm just going to drop it down. And we'll put the pop filter on it. I keep the pop filter over the top of it to keep dust from getting in it, because these things can be kind of fragile. And we got to turn fan power onto it and all that shit. There we go. So now the NT1 is hot. And let me check the gain. I don't want to blow my head off. It's channel 6. Yeah, that should be pretty darn good. So now I've got my CM1 running, and now I've got my NT1 running. And we'll do the same thing with the NT1. We'll put a preamp on it, get it turned up a little bit. Let's look for, let's go to the preamp. I'm just going to drop a preamp on this NT1. And we're going to bring up the volume a little bit. And so now we've got the NT1 going. And it almost seems like it's in mono, maybe. We can turn the output up. So there's my NT1. Isn't that nice? And we can set this thing up in front of an acoustic guitar. You know, to get the pop screen out of the way. This is a famously, by the way, seems like it's panned over to the right side. I'm not quite sure why that is. Oh, because I've got it panned over to the right. There we go. Now we're centered. So let's see what that bad boy sounds like in front of an acoustic guitar. I'm not positioning this mic in any kind of a real disciplined manner. It's sideways and it's kind of not really pointed at the right place on my guitar. I've got to get the mic stand just right so that it doesn't tip over. Yeah, here we go. And here's my acoustic guitar. Pretty nice. Move the mic around and get real bassy. Worst place to point a microphone on an acoustic guitar is at the sound hole, by the way. Depends on the mic. So let's put some reverb on it. We'll get, let's go traction. We'll throw some reverb on this microphone that I'm using for my acoustic guitar. And Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use a stock Reaper reverb, and now we've got some verb on the guitar and my voice, because my voice is coming through that. And we're clipping that mic a little bit. Probably got the preamp turned up a little bit hot. Let's bring that back a little. Yeah, and the Jenny shirt, I actually own 2 of these. So I bought one and got one for a gift. Yeah, the last Jenny I talked to, she was cool. So let's make this reverb a bit bigger, turn the damping down, and we'll get a bit of high pass on it so we don't have a bunch of boomy bass going on in the verb. Bring the top end down. And now we should have a pretty nice. Put a compressor on it, why not, right? So we've got to see on this effect. Let's go to this. So we've got redelay. Okay, we're going to remove that. All right, so now we just got a reverb. We're going to add a recomp, and we're going to throw a preset for an acoustic guitar. I believe, yeah. There's already one there. And we'll put that in front of the reverb. And now we should have a nice tune. Pretty simple little setup here. I just spit my pick out. Pretty simple. You can see where microphone's placed and where it is on my guitar. I try and point it about the 14th fret. I don't like pointing it at the sound hole. I also like this location on an acoustic guitar. If you can hit that, and I can tilt this microphone down a little bit, so now you can hear that it just got pointed kind of away from my face. It's pointed at this location. Tune this thing. Pretty quick broadcast today. Thought I could help some folks maybe learn how to use their DAW in a little bit more useful way when it comes to doing live streams. And yes, both of the microphones were on while I was doing this broadcast. I'm going to shut off the NT1 at this point. So now we have a nice tight CM1, and microphone should be sounding pretty darn good. Using Restream. Yeah, and you know, Zach, my bad. I should have put new strings on that before I did my stream today. Those things have been, I played the shit out of them. Recorded a couple songs with them that no one will ever hear, but
I've played a lot on those strings. They're pretty dead. So the shoekeeper's kids is what they call it in the world of guitar repair. So a couple of things coming up on Welcome to the Bench in the coming weeks. I've got parts to build a basically a like a 1962 Fender Deluxe amp. I got parts today, all the caps and resistors for that, and we're gonna hope that the tubes and everything all are in still good working order for that. We are going to change it out to a 212AX7 preamp stage, phase inverter, and all that stuff. So that's coming up. I probably will shoot a lot of video of that. And certainly some wonderful guitar repair stuff coming up. I've got a couple of cool ones that arrived at our shop. So I just thought I'd share this with you. Hopefully somebody has learned something new. And if you don't use Reaper, it's free to download. You can download it and try it out yourself. If you're already using a DAW, I don't recommend jumping ship and trying to learn a new one. It takes a pretty serious learning curve, as I've discussed with a lot of people with that. And I just did some really quick setup stuff today. You could see if you can follow along, you could do this too. Very, very simple. Yeah, Hugh, you're welcome. Hello, Eileen. Welcome. And I'm just getting ready to sign off. Thank you for dropping in. It's great to see you. So, Preston, I didn't even see you, brother. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream now. So if you want to catch up on what I did, go ahead and rewind and you can check it out on there. I hope you all have a really great day. I may be back on live a little later on this afternoon or this evening. Yeah. And we will hopefully see you all in the future.